Mash up one Mikey. Tell them all. Black nation rise. Wouldn't think of full time. So we stop being victimized, organize and centralize. Take the shackles off your mind. Black nation rise. Hold your head up with pride. Them no care about black lives. Now the ship up capsize. Open up your eyes. Firstly, every African a queen and king. Know your boss and you will know yourself with it. That man not got our color and no sin. Never trade my roots, me proud of my skin. Sin I forget the old slave master Jim. Pan back with fasting and you know them now bring them from the plantation. Nowadays a prison. Hear the ancestors them singing African hymns. But we have to rise up in order to win. We have to see a floating sinkings and we can't sink. Call out the black leaders in our communities. We stand against injustice and stand for unity. And in action rise. Wouldn't think of full time. Do we stop being victimized, organize and centralize. Let the shackles off your mind. Black nation rise. Hold your head up with pride. Them no care about black lives. Now the ship a capsize. Open up your eyes. Freedom must come with a cost. You can't know the future if you don't know the past. You can't sight the fullness if you don't know the half. Them milk the mother cow and them want kill the calf. Check the status, it's off the grid off the graph. Look how much blocky youths them kill off the Ross. Classism, racism, black brother them a ball. We have to fight all if we back against the wall. Like the Bengal roll. The Bengal roll. Go back to your roots and your window and yourselves. We did that with our friends, no one time to rebel. By the KKK, enough black brothers, them hang them in the suburbs. We in a projects, yo, you know see the trend. In a 2020, yo, we still a go pretend. Like slave master and slave bikini, they my friend. Like Black Panther, take a stance, yeah, my friend. Can't play cover, rise up from lions den. Reaching out to the rude boys and all the ragamuffins. You will fall for anything if you stand for something. Black nation rise. Couldn't think of full time. Do we stop being victimized, organize and centralize. Take the shackles off your mind. Black nation rise. Hold your head up with pride. They no care about black lives. Now the ship up capsize. Open up your eyes.
Hi, Jamaica. Good day, Jamaica. Beautiful, beautiful Jamaica. What is taking them so long to do the press conference? The press conference start, producer? The press conference don't start. The press conference don't start, Jamaica. Boy! The press conference was scheduled, Jamaica, to start from 12:30. So what could be so intense for the Secretary of State to be in a meeting soon? What could be so intense for the Secretary of State? What could be this intense, Jamaica, for the Secretary of State? Typically, these meetings, remember the Secretary of State was scheduled to start discussions from 11:30. What could be so intense in that meeting? What could be really that intense in that meeting, Jamaica? I'm asking again, Jamaica. I am asking again. Did you look at the posturing of the Prime Minister when he met the Secretary of State? My very good friend, good to see you again. So when did the Prime Minister meet the Secretary of State? fi say already, my very good friend, nice to see you again. And when Miss Winnie a call about. Yes, Mama Winnie.
Andre?
Yeah.
I get the ad done, but I can't move it. I can't do no writing for the 2 couple of days. I get it done early this morning, you know. So otherwise it's it's still numb and everything. So anyway, to everyone, I won't be able to write for a few days good. So I just say hi to everyone. Yes, no. Why get the conference not all? Maybe they all Andrew and put him on a plane. Him and his wife. Maybe he's on a plane going to America.
Them are gonna start the press conference now, Miss Winnie. Hey! Whoa, the press conference are gonna start now. Make we go see where I go on now, Miss Winnie. Make we go hear where they go on now. Producer, turn up the volume on the press conference. Yeah, hello. Yeah, make them
Good afternoon. It is my great pleasure to welcome United States Secretary of State, the Honorable Marco Rubio, to Jamaica. Now, I have known Secretary of State Rubio for some time, and I've always been very impressed by his deep knowledge of the region. Jamaica is deeply honored that you have chosen to visit us first on your official visit to the English-speaking Caribbean. This visit so early in your term confirms the strength of historic friendship and strategic partnership between Jamaica and the United States, one built on shared values, democratic ideals, and people-to-people ties. Our nations have long been united by a common commitment to freedom, prosperity, and security, and your visit today reaffirms this bond. Today, we engaged in productive and constructive discussions focused on strengthening this partnership and expanding opportunities for collaboration. During our meeting, we addressed several critical areas of cooperation. Security, one major area. We reaffirmed our commitment to enhancing cooperation in combating transnational crime, ensuring the collective safety of our citizens, and mutually secured borders. We discussed a global war on gangs, and there is already significant policy alignment with both countries in this regard. The United States has been instrumental in supporting Jamaica's efforts to bolster its marine domain awareness and intelligence surveillance capabilities, which are crucial in our fight against organized criminal networks. We discussed expanded and repurposing development assistance towards our shared goals, including security. This will exponentially expand our cooperation in fighting lottery scammers, transnational organized crimes, trafficking in guns, and building safer communities. We are committed in ensuring our partnership delivers results in driving down criminality and trafficking in this hemisphere. On Haiti, we look forward to continued partnership with the United States as we seek to work with the Haitian leadership and stakeholders to address the ongoing crises in Haiti. The extraordinary humanitarian, civil, and national security challenges in Haiti pose an acute threat to Haitians, to regional stability, and indeed to its close neighbors, including Jamaica. We agreed that we must do everything we can to stabilize the security situation in Haiti so that they are better able to build capacity and address their political and humanitarian challenges. On trade, recognizing the United States as Jamaica's largest trading partner, with bilateral trade surpassing $3 billion in 2023, we explored avenues to further expand trade relations between our two countries. The renewal of the Caribbean Basin Economic Recovery Act was raised as a matter of critical importance to trade for ourselves and for all CARICOM member states. We also explored means to attract increased US investment into Jamaica's emerging sectors. With our stable macroeconomic framework and positive growth trajectory, Jamaica is open for enhanced US investment across multiple sectors, including energy and nearshoring. In terms of logistics, the discussion touched on working with US companies to leverage Jamaica's location as a premier transshipment hub in the Americas, and this will further bolster Jamaica's work as a major logistics hub for global trade. On labor issues, the United States and Jamaica have enjoyed an 80-year-old history relationship in terms of bilateral labor agreements, where we provide short-term skilled and semi-skilled labor in sectors such as agriculture and hospitality. We discuss ways to expand and enhance these agreements, including skills development partnerships to upskill and reskill Jamaican workers. On our travel advisory, we discussed significant progress that we're making in bringing down all major crimes, and that Jamaica today is safer than at any time in the last 2 decades. In fact, crimes against visitors represent less than 0.01% of the more than 3 million visitors to Jamaica annually. We are committed to working collaboratively to ensure that travel advisories reflect the current realities and promote travel to Jamaica. I'm confident that the dialogue initiated today will lead to tangible outcomes, benefiting both our peoples and contributing to mutual stability and prosperity. Indeed, our concern for enhanced regional and hemispheric security and prosperity was recognized as a shared one. I wish my CARICOM colleagues who are now in Kingston productive meetings as well with the Secretary this afternoon. Jamaica remains committed to fostering a partnership with the United States, one grounded in mutual respect, shared values, and a collective ambition for stronger and a more resilient future. I extend my sincere gratitude to Secretary Rubio and his delegation for their visit and for the productive and forward-looking discussions we have had. We look forward to building upon this foundation, deepening our collaboration, and taking our partnership to new and greater heights for the lasting benefit of both our nations. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for joining us, and I now give the floor to Secretary Rubio for his press statement.
Well, Mr. Prime Minister, first of all, thank you for the very warm welcome. On Tuesday was I completed my 9th week on the job, so I told you I'd be here early. I think that's pretty early, and I'm glad to be here so soon. Thank you to the Foreign Minister as well for welcoming me and all the work we do together, and to the people of Jamaica. The ties, I would say, between the United States and Jamaica don't need to be explained. They're incredibly strong. And in particular, my home state of Florida, we were commenting close, 800,000 to 1 million Jamaican expatriates who call the United States home. And I asked, was it just in Florida? Because it's a very vibrant community that's contributed so much to the place that I've called home for so long. And so we have a shared history that's tied together by people. I also would say that some substantial percentage of Americans have traveled here at some point in their lives. And that also binds countries together. Nothing binds countries and cultures more closely together than people. And we certainly have that in common. And we want to continue to make sure that we build on that. We did touch on a couple of topics. The first is trade. The world has been closely followed. The president is in the midst of realigning American global trade policy, primarily to reset global trade in a way that's fair to the U.S. after 20 or 30 years of what we believe is unfairness, not when it comes to Jamaica, but broader. And from that will come real opportunities to create new alignments and new trade arrangements and new trade opportunities. And I believe Jamaica is one of those places that together we both stand to benefit. In particular, we discussed supply chains. And we ask ourselves, why, if so many of these products are destined for the North American market, why are so many of the productive capacities located halfway around the world? And there's a lot of different reasons why that's happened. But it makes all the sense in the world to see more productive capacity, more manufacturing, more industry relocated into our hemisphere. We certainly have the labor and the population and the desire to do so in our hemisphere. It's closer to the end markets. And so we want to pursue opportunities to make that possible. And clearly, I think Jamaica is one of those places that could benefit. And the Prime Minister has that vision for the country and the creation of not just jobs, but jobs that pay even better than the jobs that maybe some could find now. So it's an opportunity I think would be mutually beneficial. And we're going to actively seek and look for ways to make that possible. I also think there's extraordinary opportunities for investment. And we talked about it, whether it's particularly in energy. The United States is going to be producing a lot of liquefied natural gas, which is a very clean fuel that we have in abundance and that we seek to export. And it's also critical, by the way, you cannot have manufacturing without reliable and affordable energy. And so it's one of those things that I think potentially we could continue to partner along with other things, whether it's mining opportunities off the seabed, in essence, to utilize all of the resources of the country in a responsible way that protects your environment, that protects your natural beauty, but at the same time is generating income and opportunity of employment for the people. Ultimately, that's governments have two prime responsibilities: the safety and the prosperity of their people. And your Prime Minister and his government is very focused on those two priorities. We did talk about tourism because obviously it's a significant part of your economy, and we pledged we were going to go back and reevaluate the travel advisories as they currently stand to ensure that they do reflect the reality of the new numbers and what the numbers show, because you've made very impressive progress in your general numbers overall when it comes to the murder rate and so forth. But in particular, with those travel advisories are designed to American travelers. And I think we need to analyze that and just ensure that the status we're currently in accurately reflects the status quo and takes into account the progress you've already made this year and made last year, year over year, which I think is one of the highest numbers in terms of reductions that we've seen of any country in the region. We have to talk about security, and I think that the Prime Minister has phrased it in a way that I think is very beneficial, and that is, he used the term global war on gangs. Maybe we'll find some other phraseology in the United States to describe it, but we're talking about the same problem. It's amazing if you look across the region and really many parts of the world, how many of the threats we face in the world now that once came from a ideological terrorist organization or from a nation state are now coming from non-governmental criminal organizations who in some cases are more powerful than the governments in some of these countries. And we've confronted this issue. It's a challenge in Mexico. It's a challenge on the border between Venezuela and Colombia. It is the challenge in Haiti. And it's been a challenge here. And it's a multifaceted challenge. They are transnational for a number of reasons. One, as an example, is, and we've acknowledged this in our conversations that lead back to my time in the United States Senate, how many of the guns and the weapons that are being used by gangs to commit acts of violence here in Jamaica are purchased in the United States and then shipped here. And we want to commit to doing more to stopping that flow at the same time as we do more to commit to increasing your capacity. That's the other thing I underline. What we're talking about here when we talk about American assistance is America helping Jamaica build its own capacity, its own ability to confront these challenges and solve these problems. Because security is a baseline for everything. And to that end, we have some good things to announce today here. We've the Jolt Fusion Center that is starting up again, and that's been even further strengthened. That's going to help address lottery scamming. We can announce this synthetics detection equipment for Jamaica's forensic labs. Another counter gang recruitment program that we seek to launch as a result of our visit here today. And announce something that I think is really important, and that is software, intelligence software for the law enforcement here in Jamaica to combat gangs, things like night vision goggles as well, technology, and we look to do more. And on that end, let me touch on a topic that we talked about just a little bit. Well, I'll touch on one of the topic, then I'll get to this final one. On you mentioned upskilling and helping. How can we? It's a topic we hadn't touched on directly, extensively before. We talked about it today. We seek to go back and find ways that we can partner to create opportunities for skills training, so that if those companies, and we can attract those companies, if we can attract, whether it's a logistics center or manufacturing, to come to Jamaica, there's a workforce that's been equipped with the skills needed. Now, we face this challenge domestically as well. We need to do that ourselves, but there may be things that we can do in collaboration with one another. And this touches on the issue of aid, very controversial in the United States, but it's one of the reasons why I wanted to come here today, because it in many ways highlights exactly what our vision for aid moving forward is. The United States is not getting out of the aid business. We are going to be providing foreign aid. The difference is we want to provide foreign aid in a way that is strategically aligned with our foreign policy priorities and the priorities of our host countries and our nation states that we're partners with. In essence, how that would work, how it has worked in the past, is USAID or some other entity would come into a country and say, this is what we think you need. And then they go out and hire an NGO that maybe are the ones that convinced them that that's what you need. And they give them a bunch of money and they come into the country and they do things. Some of these programs are fine. They're nice things. Other times, not so much. Nonetheless, that's how it used to be. How we want it to be in the future is that our embassies are involved with the host government, our hosts, our partners. And we ask them, what are your needs? And we provide assistance geared towards the needs of the nation states that are hosting us and that we're partnering with. At the end, our partner in Jamaica, our partner all over the world, is the government. It's the host governments who have a clear vision for the future. And to the extent that our foreign aid can be helpful, it is in furtherance of what the people of your country have elected you to carry out. Here, there are a lot of things. We've just described some of them. What should our foreign aid be geared towards? It should be geared towards looking for opportunities to increase skills training, looking for opportunities to attract investment and business and trade, and looking obviously for opportunities to expand on your own domestic intelligence capabilities. We are going to have foreign aid that is aligned to our foreign policy, and our foreign policy is going to be aligned to our mutual shared interests with the partners that we have all over the world. And I can tell you, Jamaica is an incredible partner to the United States. It's very cooperative on a number of fronts, and we will continue to work together, and we're going to work closer than we've ever worked before, because we are now going to have U.S. programs for foreign aid that are going to be aligned with the vision that you've elected your leaders to carry out for your country, and that benefits us both. And so I thank you for the opportunity to visit with you here today and talk about these things. I'm excited that we're going to be able to follow up on a lot of them and show real progress. The message that I've wanted to send in my travels, I've had to travel a couple of other places, but I've been to the hemisphere now twice, is very simple, and that is that the United States wants to ensure that when countries are cooperative and work with us and partner with us and constantly seek ways to engage us, that leads to positive results and outcomes. It's not, you can call it rewarding, but what it really means is it has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. And we want countries in the world, and we want countries in the region to identify being close to the United States as something that is beneficial and helpful to develop, helpful to grow, and frankly, helpful so that one day many countries can serve, and I think in Jamaica is already doing this, as a model of what other countries would seek to emulate, whether it's on security, on trade, on investment, on skills acquisition and improvement. These are the things that we want America's relationship with our partners to look like. And I can think of no better friend in the Caribbean and frankly in the Western Hemisphere than Jamaica and your government, Mr. Prime Minister. And so we thank you for this chance to visit with you so early. And as I joked a couple times, so I'll say it again, I think I told it to the cameras already, I wanted to come here early so when I come for the second and third time, they don't accuse me of only wanting to go to Jamaica. And but it in many ways, it really truly feels like home and where I am in South Florida. And I thank you for your hospitality and this opportunity.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister Holness and Secretary Rubio. Thank you both for your remarks just now. We have several members of the media from Jamaica and the United States in the room with us this afternoon, but we will only be taking 4 questions. And I ask that those who have been selected, that you please stand as you ask your question. And our first question is going to be from John Hudson of the Washington Post.
Thank you very much. Mr. Secretary, Republican Congressman Don.
He came with me. Don't say I don't take you to nice places.
Thank you for the hospitality. Beautiful weather, beautiful country. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mr. Secretary, Republican Congressman Don Bacon weighed in on the Signal chat breach, saying the White House is, quote, in denial that this was not classified or sensitive data. They should just own up to it and preserve credibility. Do you think that's true? Also, here in Jamaica, there are USAID employees at our embassy, like so many others around the world, on administrative leave, not carrying out the work of the American people. Do you worry that the DOJ effort won't ultimately end up benefiting U.S. taxpayers? And Prime Minister, violence and instability remains in Haiti. What would you like to see from the United States in terms of being a productive force? And a State Department envoy yesterday called the presence of Cuban doctors in Jamaica and elsewhere human trafficking. Do you agree with that? Thank you.
Let me take the first. I've already addressed the aid one, but let me address it again. This is not about getting rid of aid. This is about restructuring how we're going to do aid. And when you restructure, there's some disruption, but it has to happen. By the way, this is not an idea. This is an idea Condoleezza Rice wanted. This is an idea multiple secretaries of state throughout time have tried to achieve. And we intend to achieve it because we think it makes all the sense in the world. So I recognize that there's disruption involved when you make reform and you make change, but it's necessary because our foreign policy and our foreign aid have to be aligned. Foreign aid is an instrument of foreign policy, okay? It is not global charity. Jamaica's not asking for charity. They're asking for development assistance so they can become stronger at their security needs and the other things of this nature. That's what they're asking for. They're not asking for a handout. They're asking for a hand up, help to build their capabilities so that they become a self-reliant partner and frankly could end up and already are helping other countries. And Jamaica now is contributing to the effort in Haiti as an example. So these are the kinds of things we want to see in our foreign aid. So look, our goal was not to disrupt anyone's life. Our goal was to restructure the way we deliver foreign aid so that it is aligned with our foreign policy and with what we're trying to carry out at our respective missions around the world. On the first question, let me just say on the Signal thing, this thing was set up for purposes of coordinating how everyone was going to call. You know, when these things happen, I need to call foreign ministers, especially of our close allies. We need to notify members of Congress. Other members of the team have different people they need to notify as well. And that was the purpose of why it was set up. Obviously, someone made a mistake. Someone made a big mistake and added a journalist. Nothing against journalists, but you ain't supposed to be on that thing. So they got on there and this happened. I've been, you know, so I can speak to myself or my presence on it. I think my role on it was just speaking for my role. I contributed to it twice. I identified my point of contact, which is my chief of staff. And then later on, I think 3 hours after the White House's official announcements had been made, I congratulated the members of the team. I've been assured by the Pentagon and everyone involved that none of the information that was on there, though not intended to be divulged, obviously that was a mistake and that shouldn't have happened and the White House is looking at it, but that none of the information on there at any point threatened the operation or the lives of our servicemen. And in fact, it was a very successful operation and it's an ongoing operation. But that was the intent behind it. And again, I think the Pentagon's made it clear that nothing on there would have endangered the lives or the mission. And the mission's been very successful.
Is it classified, the information?
Well, the Pentagon says it was not. And not only did it say it was not, they make very clear that it didn't put in danger anyone's life or the mission. There was no intelligence information. And understand, when this story first broke, they were sort of alluding to were there war maps, or there was no war plans on there. This was a sort of description of what we could inform our counterparts around the world when the time came to do so. Again, look, I think the White House is looking at this entire thing. How did that journalist get on there? Why was this the appropriate? And I think there'll be reforms and changes made. So this was not going to happen again. It can't. But I wanted everybody to understand why this thing was even set up in the first place, and also understand very clearly the mission was successful, and at no point was it endangered. And that's coming from the highest-ranking officials at the agency that was in charge of the actual operation, which is the Pentagon.
In terms of Haiti, the United States has been an incredible partner, in fact, the lead partner in ensuring that resources and organization is brought to the crisis in Haiti. In terms of what more could be done, I think we're at a phase in Haiti where there has to be a rapid expansion of the Haitian National Police, the HNP, in terms of the manpower and resources, because ultimately the HNP has to take on the gangs. The present holding situation that we have is not necessarily moving the situation forward as we would all like. So there would have to be a significant expansion in resources in support of the HNP to enable them to take on the gangs. In terms of Cuban doctors in Jamaica, let us be clear. The Cuban doctors in Jamaica have been incredibly helpful to us. Jamaica has a deficit in health personnel, primarily because many of our health personnel have migrated to other countries. We are, however, very careful not to exploit the Cuban doctors who are here. We ensure that they are treated within our labor laws and benefit like any other worker. So any characterization of the program by others certainly would not be applicable to Jamaica. We are ensuring that our program complies with all the international laws and standards to which we are a party to.
Right, our next question will come from Tana Thomas from Nationwide News Network. Please stand.
Secretary Rubio, my question is, or questions in relation to the matter of the Cuban Medical Corporation program as well. So the medical mission has been a cornerstone of healthcare in Jamaica and the Caribbean for over 50 years, according to our foreign minister. How does the U.S. reconcile its stance on this program with the region's reliance on Cuban medical professionals, and what alternatives does it propose to ensure healthcare stability?
Yeah, I think the first thing is to separate medical from the labor issues that we are pointing to. Okay, this is not about doctors. Okay, this is not about the provision of medical assistance. We have no problem with medical assistance. We have no problem with doctors. We have a problem, and I'm not speaking about Jamaica. We've discussed this today about, following international labor standards and the like, but I'm just talking about this program in general, how it's operated around the world. And how it's operated around the world is that basically the doctors are not paid. In many other parts of the world, the doctors are not paid. You pay the Cuban government. The Cuban government decides how much of anything to give them. They take away their passports. They basically operate as forced labor in many places. Now, there are places that have better labor standards. Perhaps Jamaica is one of those, and that's fine. But I'm describing generally what the program has been. It has operated in that way in many parts of the world and placed these people in tremendous danger. And so I think we can all agree that the trafficking in labor, be they doctors or farm workers, is not something that we would want to be supportive of. And we find that to be an egregious practice on the part of the Cuban regime. Now, every country operates the program differently. And obviously, because of our relationship with Jamaica, we're going to engage with them on that and talk about it further and have a better understanding. Perhaps none of this applies in the way it's handled here. But generally, that's the problem with the program. It's not that they're Cuban doctors. It's that the regime does not pay these doctors, takes away their passports, and basically it is, in many ways, forced labor. And that we cannot be in support of. Again, not speaking about here in particular, but in general about the program.
Okay, our next question is going to come from Will Lowry from the National News.
Thank you so much for taking my question, Mr. Secretary. I just want to circle back to John's question, the signal chat.
The signal chat, yes.
But of course, are you planning on making the Europeans pay for U.S. operations against the Houthis, given that their businesses seem to benefit more from opening up these shipping lanes, as discussed in that chat? And then moving to Russia, Ukraine, I was wondering if you could elaborate on the Black Sea ceasefire deal and how it's progressing. President Zelensky has already questioned Russia's seriousness, saying, quote, they are trying to distort agreements, and in fact, to see both our intermediaries. Yeah.
So on the first question about, look, here's the problem, okay? These guys, these Houthis, these are pirates, okay? This is a it's a gang, in essence, that's gotten control of a certain part, but these are a religious fanatic gang. And these guys have missiles, and they've launched 174 attacks against the U.S. Navy ships, 150-something attacks on commercial vessels. They are literally saying they've set up a toll system in the Red Sea. These ships can go, these ships cannot. They don't blow up the Chinese ships, they don't blow up somebody, but they blow up all the other ships. This is not sustainable. And so I think the point that I've made publicly is we are doing a great favor to the world. The United States is doing a great favor to the world, going after these guys' capability of doing this. How can we live in a world where a group like this has advanced weapons, okay, and can shut down a shipping lane and increase the cost of shipping that we're all paying for? Everything we buy, all the stuff is embedded in the cost and in the price of these things is how much it costs to ship it. And so that's just not a sustainable thing. We can't allow it. So I think the point I would make is not, we're going to make everybody pay. It's everybody should recognize we are doing the world a great favor going after these guys, because this can't continue. This is unsustainable. What's next? Some gang's going to show up somewhere else and shut off another shipping lane. That's not practical. It cannot happen. So what was your first question? I was so fired up about that one that I forgot the other one. Oh, yes, that one. Easy ones. Well, look, I think yesterday our negotiators are en route, or perhaps they've already arrived after spending, I think they met with the Ukrainians twice, the Russians once. What we have here is an agreement in principle on a Black Sea ceasefire. We got two things from that. The first is we have more detailed definition of what the energy ceasefire entails. And the second is the principle concept of a Black Sea ceasefire. Obviously, after our meeting, as part of their release, the Russians detailed a number of conditions that they want to see met in order to do that. So we're going to evaluate that. Some of those conditions include sanctions that are not ours. They belong to the European Union. So we're going to be gathering and sort of, when our folks get back, sitting down, going through the proposals, getting their impressions of the conversations, so we can more fully understand what the Russian position is or what their ask is in exchange. And then we'll present that to the president, who will ultimately make a decision about what the next step is. I think it's a good thing that we have both the Ukrainians and the Russians talking about ceasefires, be they energy or be they potentially in the Black Sea. But obviously, this is hard and difficult work. This is a protracted almost 3.5-year war now, or 3-year war. It has a lot of framework of sanctions that have been built globally now that have to be looked at as part of an ultimate end to a conflict. There's a lot of things that have to be worked through. And I certainly think the only way you're going to make progress on these things is by engaging with both sides, understanding their asks, their demands, now to sort of sit down as a team and evaluate.
Jamaica. Am I listening? I'm sure you have been listening. Producer, can you reconnect for us? Because I really want to hear the rest of this press conference. I really want to hear the entire rest of this press conference. Are you there, Jamaica? You hearing me, Jamaica? Are you hearing me? I can't listen to the rest of this press conference.
And the president, I continue to say, is the only leader in the world right now, President Trump, who's in a position to even get these two nations to a city to talk about these things, albeit in rooms far apart from one another when these talks are going on. But nonetheless, they're talking. It's the first time in a while that we've seen any conversation about this. But we have a lot of work yet to be done, and we'll know more after we get the readout from our teams.
Hold on this student.
Our last question will come from Andrea Chisholm from Television Jamaica.
Hold a second.
Immigration policies, there are some Jamaicans who are afraid to travel back to Jamaica, even though they are legitimate green card holders. What assurances can you give to those individuals that they will have no difficulty returning to the United States?
Well, yeah, green card or residency? I mean, permanent residence, you're asking me about? Yes, okay,
yes.
Okay.
And secondly, what problems, if any, does America have with China's investment in Jamaica?
Hey!
Well, look, I mean, China's a rich and powerful country. Our problem with is not investment. Okay. Our problem is predatory practices. That's what we're concerned about. What we have seen all over the world is that China comes in and says, here's a bunch of money for a project they never build. They bring their own workers to do the work. They don't hire the locals. They bring their own workers. And oftentimes it comes attached with a huge loan that can never be repaid. And now they hold it over your head forever. That's our concern. Our concern is unfair practices too, where they come in, government subsidized companies underbid everybody because they're subsidized. But then they come back and charge you whatever they want because now they've got the contract. So these are the things that we remain very concerned about. Again, not specifically about Jamaica, but in general. And so that's what we'll continue to highlight. On the first
city story come to Bob.
Let me talk about that. If you're a green card holder, you're not illegally in the United States. You're a green card holder, you are legally in the United States. What the president has said, and I don't know how anybody can disagree with this, every country in the world has immigration laws. And immigration laws, if you don't enforce them, you don't have immigration. Over the last few years, we've had, 13, 14, 15 million people enter the United States unlawfully and irregularly. No country in the world can assume that. By the way, that's not unique to us, right? Even here in Jamaica, you've faced challenges of migration. And it's not that we don't sympathize with people that are leaving difficult circumstances, it's that no society can absorb mass migration from anywhere in the world. You just can't do it. And we're facing that challenge. That's not specific to Jamaica. I'm just speaking in general. So the president is doing something that frankly hasn't been done in a long time. He's enforcing our immigration laws. And that's what we're doing. So if you're a green card holder, you're not illegally in the United States. I think the challenge is for those who are illegally in the United States, we have to have immigration laws. They have to be followed. I mean, I don't know why that's an unreasonable demand. And frankly, I mean, Jamaica is not a major source of illegal migration, to be frank. It's not even in the top 10 or top 20 for that matter, I don't think. But that said, we are enforcing our immigration laws because here's what happens if you don't. You'll get another 12 million people. And if tomorrow Jamaica announces anybody who wants to come can come in, you're going to get a lot of people too, and you know it's going to be very disruptive. So we need to have immigration laws, and we need to enforce them, and that's what we are. That's what the president is doing. That's what he promised voters he would do, and that's what we're going to continue to do. But if you're a green card holder, you're legally in the United States, unless, and I say this because a lot of these people come, unless you're some student visa holder who's a sympathizer of some terrorist organization and is running around in our streets like a lunatic, burning down buildings and attacking students at universities. If you're one of these lunatics that's going to put on a mask over your face and break into a student union center and harass students, and we wouldn't have let you in the first place. If you had told us that, if you told us, I'm going to America, not just to study at your university, but to tear up your campus, we would have never let you in. And if you do that, once you come into the United States, we're going to kick you out. We're going to do that. And I don't care what terrorist organization is supporting, we're going to kick you out. If you're a gang member, we're going to kick you out. Okay? If you're one of these violent gang members that's coming to the United States, then we're going to kick you out. That we're going to do. There's no doubt about it. But the president's very committed to that. And but if you're a green card holder and you're not any of these things, you're going to be fine.
Prime Minister Holness and Secretary Rubio, as we close today's press conference, I want to thank you for your engagement here today. We thank all of the members of the media and all of the other guests who are here, and we wish you safe travels and a happy rest of the day. Thank you.
Hey! No, Jamaica. Hey! I want one Jamaica.
We are going to take back Jamaica. We are going to take back Jamaica. We are going to take back Jamaica. We say we want back Jamaica.
Come on, Jamaica.
We say we want back Jamaica.
Hey!
We want back Landville. So we want back Clarendon.
Come on!
We want back Manchester. So we want back Kingston.
Listen, come in.
We want back Spanish Town. So we want back Padua.
Hey!
We go there after it. Trinidad after it.
Why?
Westmoreland after it. We have to give it back.
Take it back.
Jamaica. We have to give up from China.
Hey!
We have to give up from India.
Come on!
We have to give from America. Jamaica.
Hey!
Eternal God.
Yes!
Eternal God. Eternal Father.
Hey!
Eternal Father.
Why?
Eternal Father.
I want to go on!
Father.
Hey!
Eternal God.
Come on, Jamaica!
Take it back. We are
Take
the
it back!
We are reverse the order.
Hey!
We are reverse the order.
Come on,
We
Jamaica!
are take back Jamaica.
Come on, hey!
We are reverse the order. We are take back Jamaica.
Come on! Jamaica, you hear what me here? Hey!
We are taking from witchcraft.
Jamaica, good afternoon. I know a lot of you were like, teacher, this press conference never make no sense. But thank God for Andrea Chisholm today, Jamaica. Thank God for Andrea Chisholm. Andrea Chisholm made Jamaica hear the belly of the conversation when you never hear it. Una realize when Andrea asks about China, oh, the Secretary of State became very... Me not know if you realize, Jamaica. Read with me. You realize when Andrea Chisholm asks Jamaica about China, how Rubio get irate. You realize, Jamaica, as Rubio, hey, I want my students that what did I interpret with me. You realize, Jamaica. You realize it too and hear him say, once Jamaica works with us, it will be beneficial to them. The man get that, students. He literally did not tell you what happened in that meeting. The last 1 minute of that press conference told you what happened in the entire meeting. Is who that come to me, Darren?
Me teacher.
Yes, Dana.
The two best questions ask who ask them.
Eh?
The two questions ask who ask them.
Andrea Chisholm from
Don't lift her up, teacher. Don't lift her up.
Everything.
Me say me don't wait for somebody asking and then I ask it. Man, me say Andrea, me love you.
Andrea, Dana, I told you what the meeting was about.
Me to tell you, Andrea.
But everybody,
me say yes.
you never see how the Prime Minister nervous.
You never see how the man get like he get agitated, angry. Lord Jesus Christ. Father God, may you bless.
I have never misled this country.
Oh, God,
Jamaica, I knew. Me tell you, Jamaica, if him hear about China, him going get aggressive.
That's good journalism from Andrea. Andrea, big up yourself.
Oh, Lord.
Jesus.
All right, Dana, Lord God. Yes, Madam Miriam.
Andrea.
Yes, Miriam.
You see all along, remember time and time again, I said, Jamaica people make China build road and they don't know how much the road cost for every toll. Andrea, look from when Portmore pays the toll and Portmore and it not done yet. Andre, I don't know when they do the opening after them cut with and down so down and mandible down so weird. Me comment on there when you bring it there. Everybody say all of them white man you up front sit down reaching everybody, but then I know what underneath it. Andre, let me tell you something. You are one of God greatest student God ever give breath. Andre, I wonder what them have to say about this now because guess what? You're not spreading a propaganda and the minute you ask him that question.
The minute she asks about China, the minute she asks about Chinese invest.
The minute she asks, you know when somebody does stick a chick about the person, the minute she asks him that question, and if Jamaica people listen, my next question, I want somebody to ask the Prime Minister, where am I to set Rubio statement when just made? That me never want it to be done. I wanted somebody to ask the Prime Minister, where do you stand on the question that Rubio and the remember, me want the Prime Minister to respond
question. Wanna see how quick them wrap up the question?
Exactly. Right here and then them cut it off. The Prime Minister should have answered to that question because Andre, Jamaica people need to know. I'm telling you something now, Andre come here, come go now. You see, all of them road that went where the Chinese them a bill and the whole of them abandoned to the old road. And one thing I can't tell you, see, any day Jamaica can't pay back for that. Only not one, nothing where the whole of them think could have done. Let me gone.
All right. No. Everybody are reading it now. Hello.
Yes, my professor.
Yes.
A long time me there with you, you know, because long time remember one when you just come on Facebook and me send you a story in regards to with China and the bridge and the highway, and me tell you say how them are mine, and you say China nah mine nothing down there. Let me tell you, you see what Rubio, you remember me tell you the other day exactly when me tell you how they go with the Cuban thing and say the money where Cuba they get, Andrew they get wet, Andrew now give the Cuban people them. Now you hear it for yourself out of Rubio about. You hear it now. Not true.
Okay.
All right. You hear it now.
All right, my beloved. All right.
All right, I love you. Can't love you no more.
Hello, good afternoon. It's like the ants wake up now. Yes.
So I was listening to the press conference with the interview just now. I was saying for the first 10 or so minutes, I was saying this is a waste of my time because all these questions they're asking was mediocre questions, right? But when Andrea Chisholm asked her question about China, I said to my partner just now, this is the only sensible question. And Rubio answered the question, I had to look, you know, and I say, yes, man, this is the question we all be waiting for. And it was really eye-opening to everybody in terms of the question and how he actually answered. As Dada just said, we just wanted to hear the Prime Minister stand. We want, right now, if I had his number, I would call him and say, Mr. Prime Minister, Master 28, tell me what you say about this now.
Yeah.
Give me a good answer. So, what you know, Mr. Idiahim, I want him now to call a press conference and tell us, because I'm the spokesperson or echo, you know. So, I want him to call a press conference and say, yo, this is what we're going to do with the Chinese, all right? Argument done. We got back in the class. Yeah, man. That more for my teacher.
All right, JB. All right. No, sir. This is serious. I don't hear from Mr. Marsh all week. I wonder is what doing. Jamaica. Yes, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Andre. Good afternoon. Well, Andre, all things are unfolded. This man has basically, in inverted commas, told Andrew Holness how it go, and this is how it will be. It is a disgrace. It is a disgrace. Look what happened to him because him licky. He don't have nothing to say.
All I can tell you, I can tell you this, you know, Miss Florence. You see, the last question lick them for 6, you know.
That lick them to rust because, beg your pardon tonight, Andrew, because you could miss something. I tell you something. I stand up in my kitchen and cook. When the last question lick, and when Andrew Holness answer him vice a shake like when somebody sick because him turn fool. But it's one number one question I did want somebody up there ask the American man. The amount of money where them get where Camilla Harris give Andrew Holness to spend for the needy, the LGBTQ people, and those where the money they are licking, making drop them up there. This is just the beginning. The higher the monkey climb is, the more it exposed. It is wicked and it's about licking. No.
Now you see why the meeting took so long, because the substantive meeting was about China. The substantive meeting was about China.
And don't get the war. But I did tell you a while back on your program. I said, Andre,
yes,
your tears is going to turn to joy. See, you get your joy, you know, boy. You what more you want?
No, man, we want more, man. We have to get him out. We have to get him out. We have to get him out.
Andre, he's got to come out. He's got to come out. He had too much dirty washing, not even starch. You can go break a cassava to wipe the seeing clothes. It is too much.
And you see, the last question was the question for the entire meeting. The last question was the entire discussion. Nothing you hear them talk about. Nothing you hear them talk about what them going to give to Jamaica and this and that. That is a pretty fancy something. The major bone of the conversation was about China. All right, Miss Florence. All right, Miss Florence. You have to take 2 more calls, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Him cannot believe. Him cannot believe. Hello?
Hi, Andre.
Yes, darling.
Man, oh man, you see how aggressive Rubio get after the young lady. First and foremost, when I big up the young lady who asked that the one question there. And you are right, Andre. The whole situation was garbage, except for the one question that was asked in the private meeting that Andrew can't come and tell you.
Him couldn't tell me. You recognize when he spoke in the briefing.
Rubio said they strategically help you. And then they keep on asking you for the money, and then you're gonna keep on paying them, and they never get out of your country. And then they strategically put themselves where they cannot leave your country. Too much of them.
All I know, Andrea Chisholm vindicate with me. I tell you no today. Andrea Chisholm, anywhere you're there, Andrea Chisholm, today you make me feel good. You make me feel good, Andrea Chisholm. You make me feel good.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Let tell you, most of it was a waste of time because they hide it, and that giant matter-head woman.
All right,
me.
All right, me. We have to take another call. Away, Lord Jesus, everybody call me. Everybody they call me in Jamaica. If you realize the conversation. Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, Miss Class President.
Yes, the journalist there who asked the questions, as I said, only one makes sense because the foreign journalist asks about U.S. secrets among politicians and Ukraine and Russia, and they were on Jamaican soils. They should have done their research and asked about Jamaican questions.
True.
Yes, I was disappointed with that, and the Minister of Information allowed only 4 questions. That's too short.
Yes, them never want the belly of the discussion get out.
Secrets to be revealed. So the first local was a nationwide news reporter or journalist.
Yes.
And then Andrea Chisholm asked a question, and we could see that Marco Rubio became very agitated and he bellowed. He spoke overwhelmingly on the matter, overwhelmingly.
But today, you realize that the substantive discussion was the last question that was asked.
Yes, I agree. China. But guess what, Andre? Let us be brutally frank.
No,
Without
not yet. Not yet.
Chinese nationals and investment, Andrew Holness wouldn't have become so rich. Andrew Holness have a lot of deals, a lot of trade-off with the Chinese that turn him into a multi-billionaire. Andrew Holness is no normal rich guy, and that wealth was facilitated by Chinese. Chinese nationals are pre-approved for everything in Jamaica, whether it's a gun license or a company registration, They are pre-approved for everything. It's a deal they have. They have a pact going on with Andrew Holness and his cabinet,
Oh!
And they are getting very wealthy from this Chinese deal. Without the Chinese, man, Holness could never be so wealthy. The US not going to facilitate Andrew Holness and his corruption. The US is more inclined to sanction him.
Okay.
Yes, and Andrew Holness didn't have any particular interest in the US either. He is more concerned that if they know that his wealth has touched their Swift payment platform, and he was also concerned about money laundering, because money laundering in the US is one of the most serious crimes.
Yes.
Matter of fact, it's a bigger crime than the laws of moral turpitude. And he must be concerned about that. But other than that, it was just a show. It wasn't anything particularly interested.
Yes.
And I know that the US government doesn't have anything to offer to Jamaica. They're just ensuring that they can curtail the Chinese, but guess what? It's too late. It's gone out of control already. The Chinese own most of Jamaica right now. Why are we not hearing the substantial amount of lands that are being owned by the Chinese, the investments that are here? I think they own more than half of the country right now, and we need somebody to come out and give us a true figure of what the Chinese own in Jamaica. But the bigger point is, Andre, is that we, the people of Jamaica, have to remove the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Marco Rubio is not going to volunteer to remove the Prime Minister because it's a democratic thing. We have to ensure that this man go by now or within a few months' time, preferably now, because he has 4 years of consecutive statutory declarations that are not certified. So we have to take action. We can't depend on any.
And the Chinese don't have no normal land, the land that the Chinese have a prime real estate,
I'm telling you that when Andrew Holness came into power and met with the Chinese, Andrew Holness found he has found a treasure drawer of gold and cash in the Chinese. Because the Chinese, you need to understand the culture of the Chinese. They are deep into corruption. You know what kind of corruption? Bribery.
My God.
Yes, that's their middle name. If you ever do business with Chinese, and they will tell you what they want. And they are very quiet. They'll just call you to the back and just empty out the crocus bag of money to you.
My God.
You do what they want you to do. And they don't rush you, They give you time for you to do what you have to do and get back to them while they put their cash up front. So Chinese don't pay for labor and such like. They pay for influence and privileges and access. So the people that are working in these wholesale stores, they're not going to get a lot of money. The people who are working with China Harbor Engineering Company, they're not going to get a lot of money.
Yes.
Politicians that get the money. Is the FLA boss that get the money. Is the people who are way up in society get the money. And I'm telling you,
yes,
there is another reason for the Jamaicans to vote out Andrew Holness, and is that they can't get any gun permit when they apply at FLA. They give them a clause that says applicant does not establish the need to be armed.
Yes.
Look here, is less than 5% of applicants are getting gun permits.
My
God. 5%, most of it is industrial security companies. The average citizen doesn't stand a chance of obtaining a gun permit.
Yes,
I'm
true.
telling you, that guy Shane Darling must be extradited to the US too.
Shane Darling to be extradited.
Yeah, man. I am surprised that the media is taking off this guy off the radar, you know. Whenever you discuss Andrew Holness, make sure you discuss Shane Darling. Shane Darling, you cannot hide. Your name is not being called very often from the other day. But the people have you in their minds because you refuse them from obtaining gun permits to support, protect their families.
Oh.
While there is a proliferation of illegal guns and ammunition and law-abiding citizens can't get a gun permit, Jamaica, is the Jamaica Labour Party instructed Shane Darling not to give you a gun permit to protect yourself, so you have to vote them out? I'm telling you, man, the tone of Marco Rubio,
yes,
like he doesn't really have too much interest in our domestic affairs. It's more reason for the people to come out in the street and protest and make sure they remove Andrew Holness.
Yes.
Because it's clear from today, you know, that no foreign government is going to remove Andrew Holness. You, the people, are feeling the hardship. Going up to a hospital to do an emergency procedure, and the only thing you can get is painkiller. No surgical operation to save your life. And you are feeling the pangs of hell, so don't expect that if a foreign government is going to help you. You have to come out.
Oh, thank you.
Things are so bad. And these guys are denying that the water is in a dirty condition. The water is like that for a while now. People are sick. It's a disaster, you know. It is a national disaster instead of the government or NWC or the Ministry of Health address the matter. They're making excuses and they're blaming other persons from highlighting the information. You don't see that these people are crazy and wicked and heartless.
Okay.
Somebody point out the information that is of value to the people, and they are criticizing them instead of solving the problem. People should march out, man. This guy has embezzled public resources, our country in severe poverty.
All right.
The burden and destruction that Andrew Holness carries is too immense. We can't manage anymore.
All right. I hear you loud and clear, my friend. Let me go take some other people. You hear? No, sir. Is what is in the country.
So I'm in Farm Heights, and this.
Why, Jamaica are going to keep a geopolitical class tonight? I'm going to keep a geopolitical class tonight. I think I need to keep a geopolitical class tonight. Hello? How so much people there do permit their connection? Yes.
After posing such a question, does Andrea Chisholm still have a job with TVJ?
What do you mean if Andrea Chisholm still have a job with TVJ?
Under them, the compromise set of people, you don't see that the questions were strategically posed, but maybe them never know say she have come with that, the 666, they feel lick them with.
Oh, you think them, you don't think them didn't know say she not gonna ask that question there?
No, man, that one they bowl them out clean, lick out their wicked clean, Andrew nervous. Andrew, they get the Pampers door, by the way.
No, Courtney left the Pampers, but if you don't want me send it still, somebody can go get a beer and me go send it go down there.
It must be late, yeah, no man time should have the Pampers with that the question there. Late, yeah, now. Late, yeah, now. But we will see where I go on. Them never know so that one I come and the Dora, the Explorer, she 4 question, man. 4 question and question when I relate to issues we're really at trouble with now.
All right.
Come on.
All right.
Hey!
Dance with me, Jamaica.
Anywhere he come from. Send me back.
Hey!
If I China, if I Jamaica,
hey!
If I Haiti, where he come from.
Dance with me, Jamaica.
Send me back. Reverse the curse.
Reverse the curse.
Reverse the order.
Hey!
Reverse the curse.
Hey!
Reverse the order. Somebody said, reverse the curse.
Come on, Jamaica.
Reverse the order. Somebody.
Reverse the curse.
Reverse the order. Over Jamaica. Reverse the curse. Mighty God.
Hey!
Reverse the order.
Hey!
If a king's house. If I guard your house. If I'm the prime minister. If I'm the opposition. If I'm a politician. If I'm the lawyer. Come from the doctor.
Hey!
Come from Simon.
Send it back.
Anywhere he come from.
Send it back.
Reverse the order.
Send it back.
Reverse the order. Break sure.
Come on, Jamaica.
We're coming through.
Hey!
Reverse the curse. Send back the order. Reverse the curse. Send back the order. Where he come from. Anywhere he come from. If I Jamaica. If I Clarendon. If I St. Thomas he come from.
Why?
St. Mary.
Reverse it. Hey!
Send it back.
Send it back.
Send it back.
Send it back. Hey!
Come out of Jamaica.
Come on.
Leave the Highland.
Come on.
Leave Jamaica.
Tell them.
Leave Jamaica.
Hey!
Mr. Leave Jamaica. We are going to go Jamaica.
Hey!
We are going to take back Jamaica.
Take it back.
We are going to take back Jamaica.
Take it back.
We are going to take back Jamaica. We are going to take back Jamaica.
Take it back.
Jamaica.
Hey!
We want back Jamaica.
Why?
So we want back Jamaica.
Dance.
So we want back Mandeville.
Why?
So we want back Clarendon.
Come on,
We
Jamaica.
want back Manchester.
Why?
So we want back Kingston.
Hey!
We want back Spanish Town.
Hey!
So we want back Cordova. Mighty God be enough for it.
Reverse the Chinese order.
Westmoreland enough for it.
Hey!
We are taking back. We want back Jamaica.
One back Jamaica.
Take it back from China.
One back Jamaica.
Take it back from India.
One back Jamaica.
We are taking from America.
Hey! Why?
Jamaica.
Why? Why?
Eternal God. Eternal God.
Hey!
Eternal God.
We have your hand, Jamaica. We have your hand, Jamaica.
Eternal God. Eternal Father.
We have your hand, Jamaica.
Eternal Father.
Why?
Eternal Father. Say eternal Father. Eternal God. We are taking back. We are taking back Jamaica. We are reverse the order. We are reverse.
No, sir. Yeah, hello. Yes, dear. Okay, no problem. Take it back. Yeah, hello.
Hey, Andre.
Yes, dear.
Good afternoon, Andre. You know what I want to know? I wonder if any of the PNP officials were there that were in the beginning of the conference so that they could get the.
No, dear. You have to understand diplomatic relations. The PNP could not be in the meeting because they are not the government. Okay, so it is government meeting with government. Then not the PNP wouldn't be in the meeting. All right. I'll teach you about diplomatic relations one of these days. Hello, good afternoon. There's the Mark Golding couldn't be in the meeting, Jamaica, because he's not the prime minister. Okay, Mark Gold. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Afternoon, Andre. All right.
Yes, I am good.
Good. Long time, my friend. Just I give you a heads up, man. I speak to your MP, you know, Isaac Buchanan.
Oh, okay. But I'm on my day show now. All right.
Me chat to you later. Then, yeah.
Bless up. Yes, Mama Winnie.
I did not know the Chinese building apartment for the for Andrew owners in the building business now. So where the little black man can't get anything to build neither.
Miss Winnie, you know, it's a Jamaica is not a new Chinese colony. You never know.
So they're building apartment, building road, building this, building that.
So Miss Winnie, the only part time me I talk to you about the Chinese in the country. You think it's like me did I tell you, Miss Winnie?
No, but I couldn't believe it was this serious.
Well, Miss Winnie, I never walk and tell you a lie, don't it?
No, it's true, no. I'm telling you, this is getting out of hand, and the Jamaicans sitting back and let this buffoon prime minister be make sooner or later the Chinese telling us we cannot come down that road.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. No man, Andrew need to go. His wife need to go. Chuck need to go. All of and then Kiloval's got to go too.
Hey! Are you for calling some Miss Winnie?
Did they say his name is Kiloval's?
I don't.
On the platform? He said his name is Kiloval's and he cut him short. So what I tell you, it will kill anyone to be where he is. And that's what Vaz is telling you all. He should never allow to run in no politics. They could do that in the outside world, only in Jamaica, because the people out there are damn fool.
All right, Mama Winnie. No problem, Mama Winnie.
You see, but me fed up at you. Me fed up talking about this damn stinking prime minister now.
Calm down, Mama Winnie. Mama Winnie, them going to try come and spin the narrative, but you and I, Jamaica, know that the Chinese discussion was the main discussion. Right? The Chinese discussion was the main discussion. You hear what I said, Jamaica? The Chinese discussion. So when you saw the prime minister looking very antsy and him look very nervous, his body language could tell you that there was something that was said in that meeting that made him very uncomfortable. And he there was wondering whether or not the Secretary of State would have mentioned it. But Rubio is Rubio, like Trump is Trump. If you put the thing in them face and them don't like it, them going to make you know. So all along they expected that the discussion about China wouldn't have taken precedence. But it did take precedence. That last question made Jamaica know what the entire bone of discussion was. And that is what them never like. That is why you see idiot and men and all of them in my comment. That is why you see idiot and men and the whole of them in my comment. Because what I told you is what was discussed. Yes, hello?
Andre.
Yes.
I came in late, but I wanted to find out if anybody had spoken about the SSL money. What happened to it?
No, darling, the SSL money.
COVID money the COVID money that Kamala sent. I want Andrew to show us what he has done with the money that Kamala sent for COVID and what happened to SSL money. Now let's watch and see if Andrea Chisholm is gonna have a job after this at TVJ, because you know how vindictive they are.
Well, let us see, but Andrea Chisholm never do anything. And if them do anything to Andrea Chisholm, she can go make more money opening up a YouTube channel. You know, so enough of them are enough of them journalists, you know, of them private YouTube and they them TikTok. I saw them make their money. So if they fire Andrea Chisholm, she can go turn independent journalist on her own, just like enough other people. All right.
But she was the only one. She was the only one that had a good balls there. All right, later.
Take it. Yes. Who is that? Who is the Rasta man? You don't need to question and ask. You can't send me to people like that, Mama Share. You have to question and you know how to question and probe who is who. You can't send me to people like that, Mama. Oh, see, Tier, just let me share me teach you long enough for how to deal with things, man. Sometimes you can't send me out like that. And you know how me stay with me how tight me thing is. You're gonna say if somebody come for so. No, Mama, share not some here you live, man. Sure. Anyway, students. Them students, I have to be hard on them because they know the level of work I am doing. Them can't expose me to the public like that. Who agree, Jamaica? They cannot expose me to the public like that. And not tell me if you calm down, Sonia. Me have to talk the right thing because them will lead me in a trap. Them will lead me in a trap. And them have to, if they're around me, them have to make sure so them protect me. Me nah pull down my guard no there. Because the moment me pull down my guard, me can go walk in one of the Green Ranger trap. Lord Jesus. How when me do now? Hello? Yes, me bono no. Eh?
Guilty of doing something.
No, me still up on the day program, you know, right? Me soon call you. Jamaica, don't you not agree? So when me tough like that with her, no, she go say, no, Sebastian did say, me not to do that. I don't must know, me still love them, but me have to show them tough love to Jamaica because if the boss gone, how them are going to continue? Students, me have stew peas left. You come buy the stew peas. Come buy the stew peas. Come buy the stew peas. Let me play this song again, Jamaica. One last time, I'm going to play this song. Our RT boss come over here, fam. Hey! Boy! RT boss, you hope you're not going to work. RT boss, one. Boy! RT boss, now you are your boss. Hope you can't work. Come on, student.
We want back Manchester. So we want back Kingston. We want back Spanish Town. So we want back Padova. Montego Bay Affair. Trinidad Affair. Westmoreland Affair. We are taking the kid. We want back Jamaica.
Me don't know where come over here. Let me think for them same day.
We are taking back from India.
Hey!
We are taking from America. Jamaica. Eternal God.
Mr. Marsh, you depend other people labor right program at their time. I have to call partner draw. And you don't call partner draw, so me I check up on you before me done the program. What happened to you?
No, I was looking for you today.
What do you mean by you looking for your teacher?
Yes, because the program that I was on today, I sure it's not a labor rights station. I don't go to labor rights station. I don't even listen to them. I was
was on power today.
So yes, she said the last part of the press conference show you the belly of the discussion.
No, because what time I find you, and one at the time, Mrs. Suchman was talking, and me just is me did and say me don't want to hear nothing more, so me just leave the program, me just leave it alone. Yeah, so me out of touch with what they said today. Yeah, you know, I get me over labor station, me not chat, remember to me put them out, you know.
Aye.
So you are now.
Yeah, man, me I end now, but me just a calculate me hear from.
Well, what me can tell you, I heard people criticizing the finance minister yesterday. But it's easier for you to criticize her for what she never said. You can't criticize her for what she said because she never said anything. So it's just total nonsense. And when I look at the finance minister, she look just like, she sound just like how she look. And that is stupid.
RT, them are going to send RT boss to come do live for me on TikTok now, for come talk what me do and what me not do. Just look him go do a live for me now, Jamaica. Look how not them are going to send. You know, see the Green Ranger them over here enough today. RT, idiot, I mean, enough for them in the comments. Machiavelli, the labor right them run out today, Jamaica. Them are run out enough.
Me don't know why me never pick up your program today because no one searching for your program. I mean, so what to me, you're so far when I say no feel so well, I think no wondering if something gone right.
No, Mr. Marsh, me there from week, morning and night.
God, that is mercy. You will be on tonight?
Yes, Marshy, yes. Go and go watch. All right, Uncle Marshy, later. Me get a new song. You want to hear it? Let me make you hear it. Lord Jesus, Marshy, listen this. Hey! Hey!
We are going to take back Jamaica. We are going to take back Jamaica.
RT boss, you are 61 and me are 60. So if you want to go in the realm of the spirit, RT boss, me will meet you in a Jerusalem schoolroom. You hear what me say? You are 61 and me are 60. Me are pure blood. Me deal with righteousness, exalt a nation. So righteous
to any other people.
All right. Let me play this song again. RT boss, you and your prime minister who up here. Hey! Jamaica.
We say we want back Jamaica. We say we want back on the hill. So we want back Clarendon.
Reverse the order.
Manchester. So we want back Kingston.
Reverse.
Spanish Town. So we want back Padua.
Hey. Send up some orange at Jamaica. Send up some orange at Jamaica. Hey. Take it back. Take it back. Hey! Send 2 dry coconut, go! Bang! Hey! RT boss! Ching chong ching! Send them some orange out from them, Jamaica. All right, brother Marshy. Jamaica says I end this program today. Somebody, me need some dry coconut. I need some. Dana send some dry coconut for me now. I me need some grapefruit. I need some dry.
Andre.
Yeah.
Just a pity we not have the cream soda in our glass bottle.
No, me don't need the cream soda, man. Me just need the grapefruit and the dry coconut. Me I go up on a fast. Me just need dry coconut for drink. And grapefruit. Grapefruit, man, is in the healing of the nation. Healing and deliverance, Jamaica. Healing and deliverance. Get your dry coconut and get your grapefruit. And we'll go up on a 7-day fast for them wicked people here. Who agree, Jamaica?
Because me can't tell you, sir, the Jamaica Labour Party and their team is a set of evilish people, and we need God to deliver us from all evil.
Take you back, Jamaica.
Same so.
All right, Brother Marshy.
Lift up yourself.
Yeah, man, Jamaica. It was a pleasure being here with you all today. I spent 1 hour and 30 minutes. I spent 1 hour and 30 minutes. All right. Remember to like up the live button. It was a pleasure being here with you all today. And I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. Let us do some serious geopolitics tonight. Rubio, don't finish yet. I'm going to meet with Mia Motley shortly, and then I'm going to meet with Stuart Young. And then I'm going to meet with the transitional leadership of Haiti. It's a lot Rubio doing in Jamaica before he departs today. All right? But it was a pleasure, Jamaica, being here with you all today. Love on you and light. God bless you, all right? See you all. See, I need a pure bottle of olive oil. Yes, Jamaica? Bye-bye. Until then, Jamaica, walk good and stay blessed now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.